Happy New Year to you. It is January 1st, 2011, and time for this week's New Year's Funnies. I hope you had a wonderful celebration for New Year's Eve, and I gotta tell you, I am really looking forward to the new year, because I think the economy is going to rebound on all of the good news which came out this week regarding family values. For instance, even though the divorce rate is currently over 50%, Hugh Hefner has decided to ask his girlfriend, Crystal Harris, to marry him. Hugh is 84 years old. Crystal is 24, old enough to be his granddaughter. There will be a prenup, of course, and the vows are being changed slightly for Crystal, who will now take Hef in sickness, in health, and incontinence. The couple is reportedly looking for homes near a school. Now, if that wasn't enough good family values news for you, how about this? Sir Elton John is now a father. That's right, he and his husband, David Furnish, have adopted a 7-pound, 15-ounce baby boy whom they promptly named Zachary Jackson Levon Furnish John, which is a great name, you know, if you want your kid to get beat up a lot. Sir Elton said that he's hoping that Hef and the new missus would like to babysit for them when he goes on tour next year. Well, if that's not enough good news to start off your year, here's some more. And what I did this year is I categorized the stories into traits that I would personally like to develop in 2011. The first trait I'd like to develop is perseverance. Perseverance. We all know that nothing comes easy, and anything worthwhile takes hard work. And I'm sure that those are the tenets that Donna Simpson from New Jersey is employing in her quest to become the world's fattest woman. Donna already holds the record for the world's fattest mom when in 2007 she gave birth. And at that time she weighed just a little bit over 600 pounds. But now she has set her sights on the 1,000-pound mark and the title World's Fattest Woman. And she is really going after this whole hog, pun fully intended. This is what Donna had for her Christmas dinner. It consisted of 2 entire 25-pound turkeys, a couple of hams, I think about 10 pounds worth of potatoes, in total 30,000 calories. This is more than the average person eats in 2 weeks. She also has a website where people pay to go on and watch her eat. So, Donna Simpson, you have the perseverance that it takes to make Jabba the Hutt look anorexic. And we salute you in your gluttonous efforts for 2011. The next trait I would like to pick up this year is the trait of survival. In Spokane, Washington, a 92-year-old man was the victim of a home invasion when 2 guys broke into his house and promptly bound him in a chair with masking tape. Then they stole $400 and his truck. Now, after they left, the man spent the next 2 hours chewing through the tape to gain his freedom and to survive. He was not injured, but he said the hardest part of his tape chewing escapade was finding his teeth, which were in a glass in the bedroom. The next thing I'd like to gain this year is freedom. Well, not really gain it. In this country, we already have it. We crave a sense of freedom when we're allowed to do what we want when we want to. And that's probably what Jennifer Riegler had in mind. She's from Accomack, Virginia, and she walked into the Royal Farms convenience store where she promptly removed all of her clothes. She pranced around naked for a while, and then she made sexual comments to the employees and some of the customers, but she stepped over the line when she bit into a piece of fruit that she hadn't paid for. This is when authorities were called. So let this be a lesson to you. Getting naked is all fun and games until somebody pilfers the produce. Then the road to freedom ends and the road to incarceration begins. And the last thing that I really want to hone in 2011 is this: know your audience. Three men were visiting relatives in Philadelphia when they had an idea on how they could make some extra holiday cash. They decided to rob a hair salon in South Philly. So they went to the place at 9 o'clock in the morning. Before it was open, they knocked on the door, and the owner, Terry Stano, was the only one inside. And when she opened the door, they said, yeah, we'd like to get some haircuts. So out of goodwill and glad tidings, she let them in. And as soon as she did, they pulled out guns, and they robbed her of cash and jewelry, even her rather sizable engagement ring. And they got in their car and took off. Now, because they were out-of-towners, because they didn't know the area, they probably had no idea that Terry Stano's husband is Anthony Stano, reputed mobster, said to be perhaps the Tony Soprano of South Philly. So now, the police caught these three guys a little while later when they saw them going the wrong way down a one-way street. Again, this is a victim of not knowing the neighborhood, and they threw them in jail, where now both the police and the mob have easy access to them. I would suggest, if they get out alive, that next year they may decide to spend the holidays at home. Hey, that's all I have for you this week. There will be no Friday Funnies next week. I will be out on the road bringing mirth and merriment to the masses. But we will be back on the 14th of January with an all-new edition. Let me just leave you with this, my 3 New Year's resolutions, which I hope I can keep this year. Resolution number 1, this year I'd like to get some more sleep. I'd like to get 8 hours of sleep a night. And then, another 2-3 hours during the day. Resolution number 2, I'd like to make more money. But first, I got to get a much better printer with higher definition for that to happen. And third, this year, and this is a sincere promise from you to me, from me to you, however you want to look at it, this year I'm going to lose more hair. Thanks for watching the Friday Funnies. Have a wonderful New Year. See you 2 weeks.